Hey guys, Josh Guerrero here. Welcome back to the Stay Inspired podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about life lessons that I have learned from my Roomba. If you don't know what a Roomba is, it's a robot vacuum. Okay. We just got one of these. And as I'm watching it, I am metaphorically interpreting how this applies to everything in life. And specifically, our last teaching in the course that we just finished with Arena Method, which was our AIM course. And we're about to go into our Align course. And I felt like this Roomba encapsulated the entire transition, at least how we ended the AIM course, which the last week of the course was called Committing, Quitting, Recalibrating, and How to Decipher When to Do What. And so as I talk about this Roomba, I want you guys to think about how this metaphorically would apply to your life so that you can reflect and figure out how to become what we call in our Align course, a fast adapter, okay? How to make recalibrations continuously through your life and become a fast adapter. We'll talk about this later on when we talk about trauma, but slow adapters are the ones that suffer the most. People who experience something painful and they don't make calibrations. They come up with a narrative that allows them to stay on their existing path, which perpetuates the suffering, okay, when it's all unnecessary. All you have to do is make a calibration. But different topic. Okay, so this Roomba. Now this Roomba came into this house with pre-existing capacity. It already has an ability to clean, okay? So when you, and I'll do my best to go back and forth to translate this for you guys and how to apply it to your life. When you set a new goal, or what we refer to as an aim in your life, you're going to step into that arena or domain with some pre-existing capacity, okay? You don't always start at square one because certain skills in life are transferable. So whatever you want to set out to do with your life at this point, at this stage in your life, you're going to start that journey with some pre-existing capacity, as my Roomba did, okay? It already knows how to clean. However, it's now entering a new environment that it hasn't been exposed to before. So some of its capacity or expression of that capacity is going to be diminished because it doesn't know the house, right? Now, what's the aim of the Roomba? The aim of the Roomba is to clean the house as efficiently as possible, okay? That's the meaningful aim of the Roomba. And its ability to effectively execute on that will become better in time as it learns the house, okay? But it's probably going to experience a high degree of failing at the onset, which is expected, okay? Translate this again back to your life. You're going to experience a high volume of failures in the beginning, which is fine as long as you know how to recalibrate with each failure. Failure doesn't implicitly mean learning. Some people fail and they're crushed, okay? So we have to be able to integrate the failure into our calibrations, which is what this Roomba does, okay? So the Roomba takes off from the home spot, and 2 feet in front of the Roomba is our dining room table, and it has a huge L leg on the ground. And so it runs into it, and it can't go forward. So it started off, when the Roomba starts, it says, okay, I have an aim. I don't know what my first step is. And essentially it's like, I just need to go. I just need to pick a direction and go, which is what it did. It just picked a direction and it went. In about 2 feet, it runs into our table. And so what does it do? Now, I like talking about a lot of the cliches or the quotes in the personal development and self-help industry, and to break them down, because without breaking them down, I don't feel like they're helpful and they can be destructive. And I've seen them be destructive in my life and others. And so for the sake of this example, imagine this Roomba, and let's just pretend I'm the coach of this Roomba. The Roomba goes into the table and it runs into it. It says, oh my gosh, what do I do? I shouldn't say, we should just go back home. It's obviously not your path, okay? We can see why that's not useful. What if I said, hey, patience and consistency is the key. You got to stay committed to your path and be patient and consistent. Then what it would do, it would just stay there until the table moves, or it would keep running to the table and saying, come on, I just got to be consistent. I got to be patient with my journey. I just got to believe in this. It's like, no, the last thing you should be is consistent and patient. Okay. And I'll create another podcast that just talks about the message of consistency and patience and how it can be destructive if in the wrong context. But in this context, it's not helpful. Okay. Those are important ingredients, but they're important ingredients for certain recipes, not all recipes. Okay. So here it's destructive. So it runs on the table. What does it do? It turns like 25 degrees, okay? It turns and it runs into like again, turns again like 45 degrees, and it goes like in the opposite direction, okay? And so those are calibrations. And what I've noticed by watching it in the beginning as it's learning is that its calibrations are huge and clearly overcompensating for the obstacle ahead of it. Most of the obstacles that it would run into, all it would need to do is like a 5-degree shift, and it would be very efficient moving forward. But as I'm watching it, it'll run into like one little thing, and then instead of just going around it, it'll just like turn 45 degrees and go in a different direction, which means it's very inefficient in its path forward, okay? Not very effective or time efficient. But what I've noticed is that as we keep using it, it's learning, it's integrating what it's learning, not just through experience. Experience in and of itself doesn't mean you learn, okay? You have to integrate it and apply it to your calibrations. So many people I know are going through experiences and there's nothing being integrated, okay? So how do you integrate your failures? How do you integrate the experiences that you're going through in your life and making calibrations so that you move forward? Because just having those experiences and patient consistency doesn't mean your life's going to change. You have to integrate that and calibrate. And you don't necessarily know how to calibrate in the beginning, but you just have to pick something. So I'm seeing this Roomba get more efficient as time passes, which is really cool. And the other day I was in my office and I was going to do something, so I wanted it to leave. And so I hit the home button and I noticed, I followed it, and I noticed how efficient it was at getting home. And the reason why that is the most efficient path is because it's the path most traveled by the Roomba. It's gone home multiple times now. And so it was fairly efficient in going out the office, rounding the corner, not hitting anything, until it rounded the corner and it hit our air filter on the way home. And the air filter, it hit the corner of it. It was like, I don't know, half an inch off. And what did it do? It turned 45 degrees and went this way. And I was like, oh man, you were so close. Looking from the outside, all you do is go around this 1 inch and you would have been there, okay? It doesn't know that, so it's overcompensating. And it left the path it was supposed to be on. And so how this translates to so many amazing things that we've heard at the end of our most recent class, which is the AIM class, is how many stories of people are now going back to the things that they left because of a calibration that was overcompensating, okay? And so this is where I really want you guys to integrate this stuff. How many times have you left dreams, ambitions, hobbies, relationships in a way that was overcompensating when there was really only one variable out of place, okay? And so an example of this is, let's just say I work at a restaurant and I'm tired of working late nights, and I'm like, I'm over this. I want to be an accountant, okay? Nothing against accountants. I go become an accountant and I'm working 9 to 5 at an office building. And about a month into it, I hate it. I don't like it at all. And I'm a Roomba now at this point. I don't know why I hate it. Let's say I'm not capable of understanding and deciphering the variables that are most bothering to me. So what my brain does, because it can't decipher yet, it just blacklists everything. And I might walk away with a narrative that, man, I'm so done with that. I don't want to work I don't like the 9 to 5s. I don't want to work in an office building. I don't want to work with other people. I don't want to work with math. I don't want to sit in a chair. I don't want to have to leave my house. It's like you're just put everything in a bucket, which probably wasn't helpful, because now you've just diminished your ability to ever touch one of those variables again, because it's associated with this thing that you don't like, okay? That's an overcompensation. And we might never look back there again because of our narrative. And so there are so many things that we leave in life, especially when we're younger, that was simply due to an overcompensation. And as we talked about this at the end of our class, with our calibrations are too big sometimes early on, we got to hear all these stories about people going back and exploring things that they really loved and things that they dispense with completely because maybe it wasn't the right time, maybe it wasn't the right place, or it wasn't right at that time for them. But now, in retrospect, more mature, more capable, they can reflect back on which variables were not good and to dispense with. And now they can understand and go back to things that were meant for them, okay? And it's just seeing people, like the only word I could think of is refreshed. Like so many of our clients in our classes have this refreshed feeling of life that they get to go back and to these things that they've always wanted to, but they've had this narrative blocking them, okay? That it wasn't theirs, or they didn't really like it, or whatever. So be like a Roomba. Become more efficient in your path and recalibrating. One, you have to recalibrate. Okay, that's lesson one. You can say, where in my life am I getting constant input, and am I not integrating that into my experience and calibrating because of it? And one of the things, to give you an example of this, is emotion. Emotion is input, emotion is communication. So recalibrate, take in information. And some people that I'm talking to, they're not happy in certain aspects of their life. And they make it seem like their goal is to just learn how to be happy with those things. It's like, there might be a reason why you're not happy in those spaces. Okay. You should probably listen to it, explore it, because I don't want to ever be in a place where I'm on a path I shouldn't be on and I'm not happy as a result. And I should learn how to be happy on the path that I'm not supposed to be on. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. You're not supposed to be on any path. You're supposed to be on a path and integrate information so that you can continually calibrate so you eventually get onto your path. Okay. You can't do that if we don't integrate new information along the way, which is the calibrations. Know that in the beginning, when you do calibrate, it's probably going to be too much. So we need to learn how to go back the other way towards it, and we get more efficient as time passes. Hopefully that wasn't too complex of an idea. Again, I tried to use the Roomba as a metaphor. And if you guys want to understand this stuff more, we're going to go deeper into it into our next course, which starts the week of April 4th, which is Align. And essentially, the purpose of it is, the course we just finished was Aim. You have to have an aim in life to move towards, and then you want to be as efficiently as possible through life towards that aim, which is how to align the internal processes, the mindset, emotions, the nervous system, all of that to be efficient on your path. Why is that necessary? Knowing what to do in life, or what you should do, or the path you should be on, is only a part of the game. There are people that know the path that they want to be on, and they can't stay on the path because internally they're not aligned. They're having a subconscious response that's blocking them from moving forward. Okay. So to be efficient, we have to align internally to make progress forward. If you guys have any more questions about that, I'll put the link below on how to access information on the course, and leave some ideas or thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.